WWE 2K25 decided earlier this year to drop a new mode, and that new mode was called World Tour. Now, this is probably the 10th video I've done on World Tour throughout this year, and most of it has been just clear disappointment. Now, if you guys don't know, there are some rumors going around that there were some things added, and there may be a possibility that World Tour does actually get an update this year or maybe even in January. But at that point, we are going to be talking about 2K26, and we are already talking about 2K26, at least on this channel. I can only speak for myself. But we look at World Tour and we look at everything that it had done, you know, and the community expectations and just all the new reactions. It was all largely positive. Now, I can't think of any reason why they would give up on this mode or not drop any updates on this mode. Keep in mind, this is called World Tour mode, and the only thing we got was a USA tour. And again, super disappointing because I wanted to see this mode really succeed. And the reason why I bring this mode up is because, again, we're talking about a lot of 2K26. Do we want to see this mode back in 2K26? Because if I'm being honest, at this point in time, if I was 2K, if I was part of the My Faction team, I would chalk it up 100% completely and let that update drop in WWE 2K26. There's just no way that I would make this a thing at this point in time where we would drop this update so late in the year where it's almost irrelevant at this point to drop this update, because again, for a lot of people, 2K25 is wrapped up, and rightfully so. This is something that should have been dropped. We should have gotten continuous versions of the World Tour mode, different countries, different regions, different everything. And again, we didn't get that. And we only got a USA expansion on top of the original drop. And that was like a month later, which again was great. And it proved that, oh my gosh, we're getting updates. This is something cool. This is something good. People are playing My Faction. People are wanting to unlock these Persona cards, these rewards. And again, it doesn't even have to be only for Persona cards. Give us cool cards in there. It really just frustrates me so badly because it's pretty much proven at this point. If you play a lot of sports games, if you played NBA 2K, there's a lot of stuff that's taken from NBA 2K, and that's completely fine with me. But take the updates as well. Take the fact that you can update it. NBA 2K updates their domination mode. And one thing that I was able to do was that I was able to pick the My Faction dev's brain, which again, great guy, shout out to Ro. And he told me this is going to be like our domination. He said it in our interview. If you guys have looked at that interview when I was at Creator Fest, and it's just mind-boggling because it just stopped being updated. And again, I don't know if it's a licensing issue. I don't know if they just didn't want to do it. Again, there's just no reason that we currently have, and maybe we'll get that reason one day and we just haven't gotten it just yet. But I really want to see World Tour return to WWE 2K26, but make it return the right way is my point, right? Because there's so much opportunity with that mode that I think that it could really build something really nice. And once that mode wasn't getting any updates, I saw a lot of people lose interest in My Faction. And My Faction and me, man, I haven't given up yet. There have been some pretty bad things that I have spoke about this year, but I really want to see that mode get better throughout the years. And I know that some people may say, oh, getting better, maybe it just means, you know, spending more money. But trust me, guys, I play a lot of Ultimate Team modes, and I would love to see a good wrestling Ultimate Team mode with a lot more depth to it, because that's something that the mode is missing, in my opinion. Depth. The online mode isn't the most amazing mode. It's okay. You know, they pick the matches for you. You wrestle women's division for 2 weeks, men's division for 2 weeks. There's a lot of variety within the match types and, you know, what you do. And I like that they force you to, hey, you're going to play with the women this week. You're going to play with the men this week. But I would like more freedom when it comes to that, right? With the My Faction and the online play. I prefer pretty much every online ranked mode that most of these games that have Ultimate Team modes provide compared to WWE 2K. Not saying that WWE 2K is as bad, it's just a matter of preference and what they can do to make the mode better. And I think that, you know, even just going into cross progression, being able to play different things and still unlock stuff in the My Faction mode, that will bring more eyes to the mode. And that's why I continue bringing up World Tour throughout this year, because I want the mode to catch more eyes. I want, you know, the mode to continue to get better, because the reality of the matter is, man, this mode isn't going anywhere. We don't know the statistics. We don't know how much money is being put into that mode by consumers. I know that I've put in a little bit of money this year, but nothing compared to what I've seen in the past. So there has to be a reason why they continue bringing this mode. But again, it could just be resources. Maybe they just didn't make enough money to justify putting in another world tour. Who knows? It's just pure speculation at this point when it comes down as to why it wasn't added. But it is frustrating as a fan to see it being, given up, right? Because packs are there every 2 weeks. Paid content is there all the time, but the one thing that was very, very rewarding and free is just not updated as much. It almost goes back into faction wars and all that. Even though that's a pretty cool mode, I do think that there's a little bit of just it being stagnant throughout the last year and some change, because the updates take a little bit to come out for the new cards. But at some point, those were some of the best cards when the game dropped, but the updates are what takes long. And that's, I guess, one of the most frustrating things about my faction, right? I want stuff to do, right? You got the weekly towers, which is great. That's just once every week, and you play a couple matches and then you get through it, and then that's that. I want to see this game and this mode just, give us more things to do aside from just opening cards and doing things like that. And don't even let me get started on the fact that there is no auction house. An auction house needs to come in, man. And again, an auction house is very, very important, because most of these games have an auction house. I don't understand why. It's just a little bit mind-boggling as well. And I get it. There's many ways through third parties that you can just get around the coin situation, right? You can buy coins, do different things. And 2K maybe just doesn't want to open that can of worms because they know what it has done before. But NBA 2K has an auction house, and they do have some sort of machine or AI, whatever it is, that can flag some crazy looking auctions. I just want to see more things come into this mode so we can stay playing this mode, right? Because live events, and we've seen the live events throughout this last month, they have been pretty great. I've gotten AJ Styles, I've gotten Cody Rhodes, I've gotten Seth Rollins. I mean, there are tons of, cards that you can get, good cards, but we're already in December, right? What of use does that give me 2 months later, right? We're talking about 26. But again, nonetheless, I love the fact that we have different Persona cards and that they are making them widely available for consumers that maybe don't have $100, $150 to spend, whatever it is that you have to spend. Because I'll be honest, I don't keep up with the spending at this point in terms of opening packs to finish collections, because I just truly feel that it is a lot of money. And I think that that has to be found with a balance at some point. I've been preaching a balance between 2K and the consumers for a really long time when it comes to the My Faction mode, right? Because the game is already expensive. The DLC is already, sort of expensive, even though the value is obviously very well justified. But then My Faction on top of that, even though it's optional, I would love to see more of a balance and just something where we can see just a better product and something that doesn't feel like they're reaching really deep into our pockets. I really want to see this game go crazy, man, for 2K26. This is the reason why I make these videos. I'm talking about these videos, and that's the reason why daily uploads are back, because I want to go on ahead and speculate with you guys. And thank you guys so much for enjoying the content and the nice comments you guys are putting. Yes, we're feeding families with these uploads, man. But make sure you guys stay tuned for the next one. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to stay tuned. I'm going to catch y'all. Peace.